Alex is a public defender. What is that?
Explain
to the people. What do you do?
Okay, yes. A public defender is someone who represents people who can't afford an attorney, and I think the most important thing...
Broke boys,
yes.
Yeah.
And I think the most important thing is to realize that a public defender does not work for the state. I think a lot of people think that public defenders are working in conjunction with the prosecution. Actually, a lot of the time it can be a problem in representation because people think, oh, they're buddy with the other side. They're gonna, blah blah blah. And there's this reputation sometimes that causes all these problems in representation. But the truth is, public defenders are some of the greatest, trial attorneys that there are out there. They're just often overworked and underpaid, and that's where you get the problems that come in. But I could tell you, after a couple years of practice, you could pay a lot of money to a private bar attorney and be like, why did I pay $15,000 to this person? And, get this horrible outcome. But there's this, court case that enshrines the right to be assigned an attorney, Gideon v. Wainwright, where actually the guy who won that was Gideon. He was incarcerated and he wrote all the appeals and it went all the way up. And they were like, hey, you should actually have a lawyer when you're going through criminal proceedings because it's really messed up if you don't. And that's kind of where it came from.
Are you familiar with international law in this regard at all, or no? Because a lot of countries have weird ass shit.
Only in terms of admiralty law and sovereign citizens.
No, that's not. But I love that. But that's not what I'm talking about. No, I meant were there examples of this globally in other countries before it was established in America? Because as shitty as the American criminal justice system is, there are certain aspects of the American criminal justice system which is a wholly rotten to the core institution for the most part. There are still weird defenses for average American citizens that sometimes you'd be surprised you won't get in other countries that we look at as developed nations that are supposedly much better at protecting civil liberties than the United States of America. I feel like that's one of them is what I mean.
Truthfully, I don't totally know the answer to that. I will say though that it's almost more important, not that it's not important in other places, but it's almost more important that it's enshrined in the law here because of how bad it is here in terms of the number of people that we incarcerate. So if you looked at any country, almost any country in Europe, they are incarcerating 10 or 7, 8 times less, per 100,000 people than the United States. We are putting so many people in prison that it's it's well and good that it happens in other places that they have these defense mechanisms, but here it's really pivotal.
Yeah, no, I just meant
I don't know. I mean, I know about the history.
Not every country will have public defenders, for example, which is actually a good thing, even though it doesn't matter because the American criminal justice system is still fucking objectively the worst on the planet with I don't know, with I guess exceptions to military tribunals, which we have here as well. So that's even worse than the current than the civilian criminal courts that we have. But yeah, I was just thinking Japan for the most part.
Because you were there and you were committing crimes?
No, well, I wish because I just want to live there. But no, their criminal justice system is really weird.
I don't know.
They will basically torture you into a plea before there's any sort of I think before. I mean, they have a 99% conviction rate.
Wow. I mean,
so
we kind of do that here in a way. I mean, pretrial detention is a form of torture.
Yeah.
And
Japan does that as well, is what I mean.
Yeah.
They do it up
that's
to,
what we do here.
I think it's legal up to 28 days, which is still better than the American system because pretrial detention can be
months,
permanent,
years. Khalif Browder was incarcerated at Rikers for 3 years while he awaited trial for stealing a backpack, allegedly. And he was in solitary confinement for 700 days in that 3-year period.
Yeah.
They killed him. He got out, but he, unfortunately he took his own life. And I think there's a direct line, obviously, between what he experienced while he was incarcerated.
There was never any evidence that he stole a backpack, by the way. They didn't even.
Yeah, no, I wasn't saying.
For the record,
blah, blah, blah.
Literally, straight up, it was for a backpack. Even if he had, it's ridiculous. But he had not. There was no evidence whatsoever.
Yeah. So unfortunately, I think, yeah, pretrial detention is a horrible thing.
Yeah, and they can detain you before they know if you actually did anything for like 28 days in Japan. Yeah, which is why they always say like, if you're visiting and they like suspect you of doing a crime, just say you did the crime instead of like trying to fight it, because usually like that's the quickest way to get out of any issue.
What?
Yeah, it's weird.
So
obviously it's not like murder, you know what I mean? They're not like, oh, you did a murder, like you have to go through the proper process. But if it's like a minor, like a petty crime or some shit.
Well, murder's not really like a big deal, you know what I mean? It's just like one-on-one.
Yeah, true. Yeah, also like murder, very cool as far as crimes goes, you know?
It is sort of the most badass of crimes.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, as defense attorneys say, it's just an assault without a complaining witness.
You're going to be, okay, so you're going to, so as a public defender, you are probably like the most, I would say, the most normal of lawyers.
No, that's not true at all.
No, I think like it's the most palatable to me, at least.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, like,
like what you do is you defend people who don't have money to hire or retain counsel, and you're doing it in you know, criminal situations where like they would literally their detention would be significantly worse. Oftentimes, how many. What percentage of like your clients, I guess, is that the right term? Did you say clients?
I say clients.
Okay. What percentage of your clients are like, you know, arrested over petty shit like loitering or like homelessness?
Well, so like, I don't want to get into my clients specifically, but speaking about it generally, the vast majority of arrests that occur in the United States, like we're talking more than like 75% are for petty crimes and misdemeanors.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the way that most people interface with the police in the United States is like on the street, like in their car and on the highway and stuff like that. So most of it is petty, right? And I think that's also a misconception that people have because of the reporting on it by the media in various capacities. And then also like politicians, you know, using it cynically to get points from people to say like crime's out of control, you're unsafe, we need to be tough on crime, and blah, 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 blah. But yeah.
How does that work? So like you fucked up. Instead of going to like corporate law, you became a public defender. Ew, you're fucking broke. What's up with that?
Yeah.
How do you pay for your student loans?
Well, I'm lucky because I am getting my loans paid off by this like program that I'm in. If I do it for like 10 years.
George Soros?
Yeah. It's called the George Soros program. He cuts all my checks.
It's called, Release the Criminals Foundation by George Soros.
Yes. Actually, when I went to law school, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, but like I wanted to like help. I didn't want to be harmful. And then that's really stupid if you're becoming a lawyer. Also, if anyone's thinking about becoming a lawyer, they should read Dean Spade's essay, like don't become a lawyer, or like if you're thinking about going to law school, read this essay.
What?
It's really good. Because a lot of the most kind of like radical people who go to law school get caught up in kind of the machinery. And truthfully, even a public defender is like a noble cog in a way, right? Like I'm still inside of this machine that is just like constantly crushing people, and I can try to do my best to help, but it's still doing that every single day, and that's what it's designed to do. But when I went to law school, I didn't know what I wanted to do, and I think because of honestly like propaganda and everything, people think prosecutors are like really cool. Like every TV show and like Law and Order, which Law and Order, I'm gonna be honest, like does kind of rock as a show, but
very woke. But like in a very liberal way.
It's not. Yeah, it's sure,
woke in a liberal way where it's like criminals deserve to go in perma-jail all the time, and they're always bad and wrong. Whereas like
I like the simplicity of it.
But then also like, you know, they're like addressing trans issues and whatnot.
But yeah,
for your grandma to watch, which is
and
what
also
it is.
it's got Ice-T, which is huge. I'm a big Ice-T fan.
Yeah,
love his Twitter. Incredible
friend of the show.
Ice-T. But yeah, I didn't know what I wanted to do. And then, I started working for this former public defender on this thing called the Mass Incarceration Project at the Center for Popular Democracy, which is funded by George Soros.
That's it. Oh, dude. Oh, of course. Got him. We fucking got him. All right. That's enough. No, we got him. You're under arrest, sir.
But
I'm holding you in contempt of admiralty court.
Thank you.
This is.
Well, you don't have jurisdiction over my person because you don't have jurisdiction over the body of LOL overruled.
No, I do.
No,
Under
you don't.
admiralty court.
No, you don't because I am an LLC and you don't have control over me.
Well, you're in my domicile.
Oh shit.
Yeah, exactly. I trapped you. I have a strap right here.
I know, it's scaring me. Don't.
It's not a real gun.
Oh, it's not?
No, it does
Don't
look like
point
a
it at
real
me.
gun. It's airsoft.
I don't want to touch it.
It's airsoft.
Okay.
Look.
I don't want to touch it.
Look at the. Look
I
at
don't
the.
like it.
Okay, here I'll show you.
Okay.
Not real.
All right.
Okay, don't worry. And there's no bullets in it. If you want to wave it around a little bit, if you want to pull a Ja Morant, you can do that.
No, I can't touch that.
The blicky.
I don't like things that happen when I get my hands on a piece.
Wait, what? The fuck does that mean,
I don't
dude?
know.
Why did you say it like that?
No reason.
Yeah, we are a pro Ja Morant stream. That's why I like to wave it around. Yeah, I'm trying to give it to him so I can say that he was involved in a crime.
He wants my prints. I didn't know you.
Yeah, you got
I know
it.
you. You're the ops, dude. No, wait, hold on. Wait. Let me just finish the thought because I'm gonna go crazy if I don't. Sorry, I'm so boring. So I worked for this program and they were writing policy to overturn the 1994 crime bill, but like at a city level.
So you're anti-Brandon, which is fucked up. Okay.
We're
pro Brandon.
Yes, I'm anti
on the podcast.
And I realized, I guess the main thing that changed was I realized that everything I was doing was part of the machinery. Like I was learning how the system functioned. I wasn't learning how to like take it apart. And I didn't want to be a part of that in that way. So I felt like one of the least harmful things I could do was be a public defender. But there are a lot of other great jobs that lawyers, like immigration attorneys, labor lawyers for the employees. Like there are lots of people who do great work besides public defenders who deserve their recognition.